Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a full test and review at the new 560 Freek by Benchmade, so stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be doing a first look, test, and review at the new 560 Freek by Benchmade. And let me tell you guys, I am super excited for this knife. I just got it in today, and let me tell you what, my first impressions are awesome. I love full-size blades. This is sporting a 3.6 inch blade. The action on it is pretty dang smooth, and my first production run came pretty much dead on center, which was freaking sweet. Very happy when things like that happened. It is sporting an S30V blade, and if you do get lucky enough to sport a first production run, they will be numbered out of 1,000. Mine happens to be number 186, and a viewer actually sent this in to me because I could not afford this, and it was really awesome to be able to get this in so quickly. Two things that I really think, actually probably three things that I think that are going for this blade that are amazing are the upgrade to steel from, and I'm comparing this directly to the Griptilian, so you're wondering where the upgrades are coming from. That's where I'm going for, is I'm doing a comparison because the Griptilian is known as kind of like the benchmark for a really good price, like $100 knife, $130 knife that everyone can basically trust and have fun. It's going to be reliable most of the time. Benchmade is a good company. So if you have any issues, the warranty department is just epic. Now, this is in 154 cm. This is an upgrade to S30V, which I think that steel is a lot better. You actually get a bigger blade, and we'll do some comparisons there. You see you get a fatter blade, you get a higher grind, so this thing is gonna do some serious cutting. Oh, it's super sharp. I do like the different style of drop point on this a little better. It has more of a utilitarian look, but it looks like it's still going to have a pretty good tip for piercing if you need to. But we're going to be testing all of that. Some people are calling this the penis clip. I don't know why. I've seen this kind of similar design before. I actually like that, so that's just me. It's got a really nice, generous lanyard hole, and the handle material on this is that it's like a TPE material. It's really, really grippy. There's no hot spots on this whatsoever. And the action on this thing is super smooth. And something I'm very blessed to say that I've got is for my production run, it is almost dead center, which is really good. I can kind of play with that in a little bit. But without wasting any more time, let's take this baby for a test drive. Alright, so let's see how the factory edge is with this jute cordage. Oh, wow. This is why I love Benchmade. They have just been going out of their way to always make sure you have a sharp knife when it comes from the factory. Oh yeah, this stuff's gonna eat right through it. This blade is nice and sharp. Little to no resistance whatsoever to cut this stuff. Yep, this thing is made for work. They were not joking. Next up, we got some tie-down strap. I've got a bunch of this stuff, so we're gonna be able to plow right through this and check this thing out. Oh yeah. It's gonna slice right through it. Now I'm testing this stuff as fast as I can to see how much work this thing and how much we can process of all this material. All I gotta say right now is I'm giving a little bit of a workout and it's doing great. The grip on this knife is just super comfortable. I'm gonna spool out some. Well, if you get into a vehicular accident, should be good with this knife. I think I just found my new EDC blade. Oh, I caught the ricasso. Whoops. That was my fault. Let's say you're at work. We got a lot of cardboard to process. Let's see what it can do. How much of this we can cut. Oh yeah, that did a really good job. Look at that, that was awesome. That was me slipping. Oh yeah, and that's after all that work. Alright, so for those of you wondering why there's duct tape on there, and I wanted to hold the copy paper, so when I take the tip and I stab through this, we can kind of get an idea of how deep we're getting, but you know, safety first. Alright, so we're gonna try to see if we can figure out where it stopped. Right there. That's where it stopped. So I got about that far of the way through. That's not bad. For giggles and fun, we're gonna check the tip on some cardboard. So I stacked the stuff that we just cut up. So let's check it out. Wow! Ate right through it like it wasn't even there. Alright, so how many? Wow. Almost the whole thing. And it's sticking through. Nice. Well, I liked the paper stabbing test, and I actually liked the cardboard test. But for you guys that are at home, since this is the very first time this is being fully tested on YouTube, as far as I know anyway, we're gonna test it on some wood. Oh yeah, that tip is just fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. So far, the 560 Freek is doing amazing. So, it's surviving a lot of tests, doing a really good job, which I expect nothing less from Benchmade. So, how about we do some push cuts? I don't even think I should have actually time-lapsed that, because I ate through it all pretty fast. But if you look, the push cuts are clean. There's some clean push cuts. So there was no snagging, no difficulty for that at all. So let's go head back to the tabletop for my final thoughts. Holy crap, all I gotta say is wow. My first impressions and my very first day owning this, I decided to put some definite work into this thing, and it is performing really, really well. The thing I gotta say the most about it though is, oh, that access lock, there's just no wiggle anywhere. But my big question is, with the S30V, did they get the heat treat right? So after all that cutting, will it still slice paper? It's a little toothy, but it's not too bad. I'm not mad about that. Not at all. That first one could have been me. Oh yeah. So my verdict is I absolutely love this thing. This sits really well in the pocket. It's got great ergos, really, really comfortable, really solid access lock. That's really smooth action as always. The S30V blade is just perfect. It does its job very, very well. There's a little bit of abrasion, but that's nothing I can't clean up on my own. And all I gotta say is I couldn't be happier with this thing. But one thing I want to know from you guys is, what do you guys think about the new 560 Freek by Benchmade, which I dare say will end up being the Griptilian killer. And this is why though, like, work with me. I still think there's a definite place in my heart and everyone else's pocket for the Griptilian, so don't get that twisted. But we have a longer blade, upgraded steel, a higher grind profile, so we're going to be getting some really good cuts in there. And I actually like the shape and the ergonomics of that handle for this a lot better. This is still an awesome solid blade. Like, it's super solid. There is no way that you can degrade the quality of the Griptilian. It's awesome. But what I like about this, we get all these handle upgrades, we get the material upgrades, we get the performance upgrades for the same exact price as the Griptilian. See what I'm saying? So we get upgrade in steel, upgrade in ergos, upgrade in handle material, upgrade in cutting performance for the same price, and that's awesome. That's why I think it end up being the killer, because it's the new toy in town. It's like the upgraded version of blah blah blah. But anyway, if you like this first impressions video and you like this test footage, definitely throw this video a big thumbs up. And I'm going to drop a link down to Blade HQ where you can pick this up, which is where this knife came from, because I think that's the only retailer that is actively selling it right now, and I only think there's 1 or 2 left as the last time I checked. But as always, I thank you guys in advance for sharing this video out and liking and subscribing. But also, don't forget about the giveaway that's going on my channel, which is in the previous video, on my EDC knives video, where we're giving away 3 boss kits from Stanford Outdoor Supply, which is really awesome, which is actually where we got the 943 Osborne. But yeah, that just about does it. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.